New state legislation aims to prevent falls and improve care in residential facilities. The proposals address those no-touch or no-lift policies in nursing homes and other care facilities. Currently, staff often banned from helping residents who stay there after a fall that requires emergency responders to be called. Fox Valley lawmakers say those policies actually lead to hundreds of thousands of unnecessary lift assists by the police and fire departments. One bill would provide grants for patient lifting devices, allowing staff to safely assist uninjured residents. The second bill would also establish fall prevention and recovery training programs for those caregivers. Supporters say these measures will reduce costs, improve health outcomes, and help prevent tragedy.